Alright, so the video yesterday. I'm using a Rode VideoMic Pro, and for some reason when I plug into this camera, I have to press that jack, or that plug, into the camera. I mean, I have to hold it there and keep pressure on it, or it won't pick up any audio. So I lost about 8 minutes of information on this Cigar Club box yesterday, because the audio just went straight down. So, we're going to touch base on that again. Welcome back to Fecto Reviews. Okay, so basically what I was saying before that audio got cut out. The June of last year's box was the Archetype box from cigarclub.com. This is the Fantasy Mini-Series. And you have a few different selections here that were part of that box. 3 came in my box. The upgraded boxes come with 5, but I got these 3. And the one that I got, it's a collaboration between Ventra Cigar Company and Oliva Cigar Company. So we got the cloaks, which I reviewed. That rounds out, that was the last installment of the Fantasy mini-series. Then we have the Curses and the Crystals blend. So, we're going to pick which one we want to do of those today. And you guys can check out Ventra Cigar Co. at the bottom there. Pretty cool stuff. And the Archetype line, they got a few other selections of the Archetype line as well. So, and that box was handpicked by Mr. Matt over there. So, let's see here. Yeah, so basically this is just information on what was going on with the Archetype theme box. It's basically a box takeover through a partnership with Ventra Cigar. Basically the brand Archetype is all about walking you through a journey of tastes and ideas, which that it did with the other one I reviewed. It's absolutely delicious. The Archetype is inspired by the work of psychologist Dr. Carl Jung. Jung, maybe? Doesn't look Asian. Probably butchered that. And mythographer Joseph Campbell, who defined archetypes as constantly repeating characters who occur in the dreams of all people and the myths of all cultures. Very cool. Let's see here. Yeah, so there's a couple other things about this. Good deal. So, this got some links to share on Instagram. Ventura Cigar on Instagram. VENTURACIGAR on Instagram. You can hashtag them. So, I don't know which one we should do today. The Curses looks really good, so I'm probably going to do the Curses last. It just looks dark and delicious. And I know there's a joke in there somewhere. So we're going to go on ahead and we're going to review the Archetype Crystals today, which is 5x50. This one is not box pressed like the Cloaks was. Similar band design. Pretty cool. Like the band design. This one just has a real light hay aroma to it. And the foot's got more of a chocolatey type smell like the other one. So one thing I did notice about this one is I got a pretty good crack right there. So I'm not sure if that's going to cause me problems or not. We're going to find out though. So let's go on ahead and get this thing cut up. And YouTube is changing, well, I wouldn't say changing, but they're getting more and more strict on their terms and conditions. And I think there was a recent update. So what that means is, we all know YouTube is anti-ATF, which means, boy, that just split that like a dry piece of wood even more. So basically what that means is that this channel of mine would never get Maltonized because it has tobacco products on it, which no big deal. I don't really care. But YouTube is taking it a step farther to the point of, if your content on your channel has no potential of making YouTube money, basically they're just going to get rid of your channel. So if you're not showing any possibility of ever making money for YouTube with the content on your channel, they're probably just going to do away with you. So this channel is at risk of that. Now, I don't know if it's just going to be tobacco-related videos or what. I don't think YouTube's going to take the time to vet through all my videos and just remove certain ones. I think they would just do away with the whole channel in the first place, which kind of sucks because, you know, I got, what, 11 or 12 years worth of, you know, life experiences and videos and everything else I've uploaded. So that would be terrible if they just went on ahead and deleted it themselves. What I would hope that they would do I would hope they'd send out a letter and be like, delete every bit of this style of content off your channel, or you face a general termination of your channel. That'd be a little bit better to give everybody a little bit of a chance. But knowing YouTube, I don't have high hopes in anything like that happening. So again, medium bodied, good smoke output. The draw is really good. There's a little bit of a parched feel in the mouth from the smoke. The smoke is smooth. Get more woody notes coming in, and just more of a baking spice on the draw. And that's still kind of carrying through a little bit on the finish, fading away, and just more of a lighter chocolate type note fading through the finish. It's a little bit of a tingle through the retrohale. All right, excellent start. Go ahead and start the timer. We're gonna get into this thing, and we'll see if it's better than the last. We'll see if it's better than the cloaks. All right. 10 minutes in. Oh, about 3/4 of an inch to an inch down, roughly. Burn is nice and slow. The flavors are nice. They're similar to the cloaks, except on this one here, you get that little bit of a black pepper bite coming in on the draw. The baking spices is basically non-existent now. There is a natural sweetness to it. There is a coffee. There's a little bit of an earthy undertone. A very slight general cedar type note in there as well. And then it just fades off to that coffee with a little bit of a chocolate note to it. It's a creamy coffee too. It's not a black coffee. So far, so good. All right. Let's get on down towards the halfway point. All right. 30 minutes in now. About at the halfway point. Just about. Flavors have gotten real smooth. They're all equally balanced. The coffee's still there. It's becoming more prevalent. There's more of a creaminess to that coffee. The smoke is still smooth. There's a good cayenne bite still out through the retrohale. And there's almost a little bit of a caramel coming into the mix now, stacking on top of that chocolate and coffee finish. It's really nice, very smooth, decadent. Highly impressed with this line so far. The draw is a little bit snug, but it ain't affecting anything. Burn line's still good. No complaints there. Excellent performance so far. All right, let's cruise on down towards band point and see if we get another evolution in this thing. All right, 1 hour in. It's just now starting to go warm. Flavors are starting to wash out a little bit. Everything's been just about the same since the last update. About 10 minutes ago or so, a really heavy black coffee came in and it basically dominated everything on the palate. That died off, completely dropped the chocolate, completely dropped that creaminess to that coffee, and then a nuttiness has came in, and it's just a solid black coffee. Medium to full bodied into the final third. Enjoyable. This thing is smoked like a dream. As with the other one, I can set this thing down for a couple minutes, not have to think about it, pick it up, no problem. Very, very nice. I didn't take the band off because that split, I wanted to make sure that didn't travel down, so I kept the band on. Otherwise, the bands on these, if this is like the last one, which I'm sure it is, they're all self-adhesive. My favorite. No big globs of glue or nothing. And they just slide right off with virtually zero risk of any damage. But this is why I kept that band on. Because the second I take it off, because everything's expanding, because it's getting hot up here near the end, it'll just split it. So, I'm going to end it here while the flavors are still good and the smoke is relatively cool. It's starting to get warm. And that's pretty much it. Still a little bit of a burn coming out through the retrohale. But really, really good smokes. Can't wait to try the last one, the curses in this series. Anyway, don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and until next time, we'll see y'all then.